feet stink? Show me that your feet stink. Do they stink? You don't know? Huh? Smell them one more time. Smell your feet. Do they stink?
An Iowa man is charged with shooting his father over an argument that started about stinky feet. David Carpenter was arrested in Burlington Sunday. Court documents say he called police and told them that he shot his father, William Carpenter, in the face. Police talked to William Carpenter in the hospital. He told police the argument started over David Carpenter's stinky feet. There were 2 children in the home at the time, so David Carpenter also faces a charge of child endangerment.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Hope your day is going pretty good. Got a story for y'all today coming out of Burlington, Vermont. And shout out to everybody in Burlington, Vermont. This here is 48-year-old David Carpenter. Now, you would think at the name of David Carpenter that he would be somewhere building houses, building something, doing something positive with his life, keeping his feet clean, keeping his face clean, just keeping himself clean, period, instead of doing what he did here in this story. An Iowa man has been accused of shooting his father in the face in an argument about his stinky feet.
What?
Yep, about his feet. The argument was not about taking out the trash, taking care of his children, about a job he just lost, none of that. This man got into an argument with his dad over his feet being stinky. Now, I can understand. I don't want to smell those stinky feet either. Now, I don't blame his dad for telling his son to go clean his feet. Don't nobody want to smell corn chips all day long. Matter of fact, corn chips smell way much better than a stinky feet. Let's get more into the story. Carpenter's father, William Carpenter, told the police that in a tense argument unfolded after he's told his son that his feet stink. So they got into a tense argument, and then he told his son that his feet stink. Now, I can only imagine the conversation went like this. This is the father. Hey, David. Now, boy, you come over here week after week after week, day by day by day, and you take your shoes off and it just knocks me out. Now, David, I'm going to ask you once. I'm not going to ask you twice. I'm not going to even ask you 3 times. I have talked to you many times before. Go in there and get in that shower. Take yourself a bath. Wash your feet. Wash everything that stinks on your body. I'm tired of smelling you, son. I care about you. Now, the son probably said back to him, now, Dad, you mean to tell me my feet stink? My girlfriend, my wife, don't even tell me my feet stink. My co-workers don't even tell me my feet stink. And you're going to tell me I need to get in the shower and clean my feet? How insulting could you be towards me, Dad? Now, the dad said back to him, boy, I said get your tail in that shower. Clean your feet or get out of my home. Go back to Iowa where you come from. I don't need you in my house stinking up my place. So I guess the son went somewhere and went to go grab a gun at that point. He couldn't take it no more because his father trying to tell him that his feet stink. As a fight escalated, David Carpenter said that he made a comment about shooting his father, and then he went into the bedroom to retrieve a firearm to the criminal complaint. So he went to the room to grab a gun. Now, what kind of gun did he go grab to go try to shoot his father? From the get-go, I said to myself, how childish does this 48-year-old man have to be that after an argument, he decided to go get a gun and shoot his father because he told him that his feet stink? You got some people in this world, family members, mates, whatever. You might tell them, man, your breath stink, bro. You might need to go get some gum or some peppermints or something and put it in your mouth, man, because your breath stinking. I don't want you to go out there and embarrass yourself. So I'd rather tell you that your breath stink right now instead of you going out there in front of everybody else and somebody else holding their finger to their nose because your breath stinking. But instead, these days, once you tell somebody that they breath stink or they feet stink or they looking a mess from the get-go, they'll get mad at you. So these days, I don't even try to tell nobody. So if they breath stink, I would just move on. If they stink, I would just move on, back away from them, period. Because people these days, you cannot even tell them nothing good. Tell them something good. So it don't even matter. You can't even tell them something good. I know some of y'all out there can relate to that. You have told somebody that they got some crumbs in their eyes, that they breath stink, that they need to go clean up. They need to do better about themselves. They get mad at you, and the whole time you trying to help them to be a better person and to not look stupid. But in this case right here, he did not even want the help of his dad telling him that his feet stink. So he went to the living room where his father was sitting in his motorized scooter, and he continued to yell at his father about guns. So do you mean they arguing about guns at this point? It's all confusing. David Carpenter told the police that he pulled a firearm out from behind his back, pointing it at his father's face. And check this out. He said he accidentally pulled the trigger according to the report. He accidentally pulled the trigger. So all of a sudden he went in there, accidentally got in an argument with his dad about his feet stinking, accidentally went into the room, grabbed the gun. Now, I advise everybody, if you're going to get a gun, when a person get a gun, their intentions is to kill you. Their intentions is to shoot you from the get-go. So I don't take nothing lightly like that at all anyway. So when he went in there, got that gun out that room, his intentions was to kill his father, to shoot his father. For what reason? I don't know. Yeah, the reason was because his feet stank. He couldn't even take the what his father was telling him. He couldn't take it. Crazy, ain't it? Very crazy. So he lied to say he accidentally pulled that thing out and shot his dad in the face. Now his dad was sitting in a motorized scooter. So that let you know from the get-go, his dad was not getting around that good. So you're going to take a gun and shoot a man that is handicapped at this point because he tell you that your feet stink. And there was also 2 children under the age of 14 in the home. All this garbage is going on inside of this home. And these children have to be there to witness this garbage. Lock them up, throw away the key. It don't even matter at this point. Because he did not accidentally do nothing. Nothing was alleged. Nothing was forgetful or whatever type of excuses that he may make about himself from going into that room, getting that gun and shooting his dad. And his dad is handicapped. David Carpenter faces charges of attempted murder and child endangerment. And he has been held in jail under a $100,000 bond. And his dad was taken to the hospital, and he has non-life-threatening injuries. That's good. But the bad part about this is people these days can't take rejection. They can't take somebody telling them something. You know, you even got your children. You might tell them to clean up your room. They don't understand that I'm telling you to keep your room clean so you can get older and you can understand to keep your items in your house and your home and things around you clean. Because everything starts when you're younger. And I know there's many children out there, when you tell them to what's good for them, teenagers, even grown-ups. There's many people out there. You may tell them something. Like I just said, you can tell them that they have a booger in their nose. They breath stink. They need to cut their hair. They need some new shoes or something like that. We talk about responsible people. We're not talking about some homeless bum that's sitting on the side of the road. But a responsible person that may have a job, may have a home, you're telling them something good about themselves. That same person that you are telling something good to will turn around and go get a gun and take your life. Just because they cannot take that part of rejection of you telling them something that's going to better themselves in life. So the best thing for you to do now, when it comes down to your child or your parent or your family member, your friend or coworker, just shut up, leave it alone. Because at that point, when a person is grown and they walking around here with their feet stinking and their body stinking, they're immune to that. I remember one time I went to church with this guy, and this guy, I was in high school. We used to go to church and stuff. And this dude would come to church smelling like boo-boo each and every day. And this dude even went to school smelling like boo-boo. And then at the same time, this guy was sagging. So think about how bad this smell was. I remember one day this guy jumped off the church van. He was sagging and his draw was almost coming off of him. He jumped off of that van, man, you smelled the whole line of crap. I mean, you can smell it off of him. Smelling like, whoo. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Dude was stinking bad. And everybody on the church van was like, woo, wait, what in the world that coming from, man? Oh boy, it's funky. What is going on? So as time went by, we realized that this guy here is just a dude that does not take care of himself. Day by day, every time I seen him, I even went to the guy's house one time, and the guy was over there funky. I'm like, why his parents not telling him about anything? So at that point, the guy got older and older to the point you couldn't even tell him nothing no more. He was grown. No matter what you told him, he was immune to what he was doing. So some people is immune to funk. Some people is immune to filth. So at that point, back off, leave them alone, let them be funky, keep yourself clean, keep yourself right, and don't even pay attention to that garbage. That's the best thing for you to do. So this here is truly a stupid situation that happened between a father and a son. Like Rodney King said a long time ago, why can't we all just get along? Why? What is the problem out there? That the father can't even tell his son that and I guarantee the father wanted to see his son prosper and do good. If he didn't care anything about his son, he would not have even told him that his feet stink. But no, he had to go turn around and go in the room, grab a gun, and they even got an argument about guns. He went in the room, got a gun, went in there and shot his dad, thinking that everything was going to be okay. Don't make any sense at all. And this guy right here is going to serve some time. He's been charged with a child endangerment and also attempted murder, because everything that he did was premeditated. Premeditated means that he went in there, he had the intentions to go shoot his father, and he did exactly that. It was not an accident. It was not anything. It wasn't anything that has to do with somebody doing something not intentionally, if that's even a word. So he intentionally did everything that he did. That's what I'm saying. So shame on him. He's going to serve some time in jail. He's not going to be around his children. He did this around his children in the home. It lets you know how uncivilized this guy was from the get-go. He might not even have 100,000, 10% of 100,000 to get out. And think about it. That's a waste of money anyway. If he did not like what his father was telling him, he could have left, went on about his business, said, Dad, you know what? I'm headed right back to Iowa. I came down here to visit you. Now he's going back. Now he's going to be sitting down there in the jail cell over something stupid. We got to do better out there, people. Most of the time, these things, when people will shoot somebody, a lot of this stuff starts with an argument. I have said many times, you can't even blow the horn at nobody, and they'll get out the car shooting at you. You can't even get too close to somebody in the line. They might shoot the stove up. You can't even mess around and fall in somebody's yard. Walking your dog down the street, they'll come outside and shoot you. So many other dumb reasons you can get shot now. Lose your life. So I'm going to leave this with y'all before I close. Why can't we all just get along? Like Rodney King said a long time ago. This here was very stupid. And people, control your temper. Control your anger. Control yourself before you even get to that level. Don't be out here shooting your parents, shooting your friends, shooting your family over something stupid. I remember a dude shot somebody over a plate of chicken. But I'll get to that in another story one day. Y'all have a good one and y'all have a blessed one. Holla at you.